Hi friends, it's Lisa Hetrick. I'm just popping in real quick to share some details about the Hello You Card Kits and Bits project that is available in my shop as an instant download. So this is a brand new product that I'm offering up, and I want to just kind of give you a walkthrough of what you get in the download. So there are 14 sheets in the download. And in the beginning, there's just some information about what's included in the kit, some information about the terms of use, and some inspiration. And then there are 4 sheets of directions and some information on how to use the cards and the embellishment products that are in there. So I'm giving you details about where to score and fold and how to cut the cardstock for the card fronts and the pattern paper, for the note cards and the pattern paper, for the watercolor embellishments, and for the watercolor sentiments and washi strips. So let's take a quick look at the actual prints. So there are 7 sheets of the design, and there are 3 sheets of complete cards. So these cards are completely designed, and they're 2 up on a sheet. So you have the Hello You, the You Are a Joy, and the You Are Loved. So these 3 sets of cards, that's 6 cards total, and all you need to do is print them out, cut them down, and fold them in half and add an envelope, and you have a complete set of cards. Super, super simple. Now I'm going to show you a little bit more about how I took those cards and altered them a little bit and just added a little bit more embellishments to it. So another page in the download is this page right here that has 4 different card front patterned papers. So these are really, really super simple, really, really cute. You're just going to cut them down the center, cut them across, and they become a card front. And this is my watercolor design, so I'm really excited to share that with you. And then the next sheet in the video are note cards. So there are 9 note cards on the sheet that you're printing out and in my watercolor designs. So these are great for adding embellishments to your cards, scrapbook pages, to like do little notes to put in lunch pails, really fun stuff. Okay, so then we have this is the embellishment page, and there are all of these watercolor flowers, watercolor leaves, and watercolor butterflies. And these were all hand painted and illustrated by me. So this is exciting. You can fussy cut them out with scissors, or I also have a Studio 3 file. You can take them into your digital die cutters and do like print and cut so that it cuts it out. Okay, so this page, this is the last page of the that has some sentiments. So there are 3 of each sentiment, and you can do lots of really fun things with it. You could cut them out with your circle punches. You can die cut them out with your dies, or you can just kind of just straight up cut them if you want, or you can fussy cut them. And then here below the sentiments are 4 more sentiments that are in like washi strips, and 4 washi strips that don't have sentiments in them. So let's take a look at some ideas of some projects that I have created using the kit. And I want to share the die cut sets too. So here are some samples of cards that I've created with using the kit. So this is the card. This is the card that's straight up, folded in half. It's got a little flower on the back, and you could also sign the back if you wanted to. But I could use the card straight up without any embellishments on it if I wanted to. So like here's the card with no embellishments. It's just straight up card. It's ready to go. All you need to do is just add an envelope. But then this one, I kind of took and I added some of the embellishments to it. So the leaf images, the flowers, and just kind of gave it a little bit of pop. So just added a little bit of extra to the card. So here is the You Are Joy card that's by itself without any embellishments on it. And then here's another example of how just adding a little bit of embellishments to this card and adding just kind of help completed the design a little bit more. And then like here's another example of using the card front and using one of the note cards and the sentiment and the butterfly embellishment and the sentiment. And I've put this on some Gina K cardstock because I love her cardstock, and it creates a really fun card. So here's another example. This is just the card front. So you could take this and you could put it on the front of a piece of cardstock. And it would make a really, really beautiful card. So here's the card front, and I added the sentiment and added some of the embellishments to kind of create a really nice dimensional card. You could also kind of trim this out, and that whole piece could become an embellishment, but it really does work as a card front. And here is another card that utilizes the little note card. It also utilizes the Joy digital die cut that I'm going to share in a few minutes, and it also coordinates and uses the stamp from my You Are stamp set with Gina K Designs. So I wanted to kind of share that as well, that some of the components of the design of this kit are coordinate really well with my You Are stamp set. So if you're already someone who is a stamper and a stamp crafter, paper crafter, you can take advantage of that opportunity to use the stamp set with this and use this kit as your pattern paper embellishments. Okay, so here's another example of using the pattern paper piece, and I cut it out and I added the You Are So Kind and then the You die cut piece. Super fun. Put it on some black Gina K cardstock. My favorite cardstock ever. And I tend to use black a lot, so if you watch my videos, you'll see a lot of my black cardstock getting used. But this is just a great way to create a really quick card using the kit. This is a really simple card, just using a couple of the embellishments. So I used the washi strip. I took the sentiment, You Are a Joy, that's already printed in watercolor for you, and cut that out with a die and added these two pieces and had a really super simple card. Okay, I'm going to share another card. So here is You Are a Joy. Here's another way of just taking that really super simple card, adding these embellishments, adding some of the die cuts, and adding some sequins, and I just got a really super simple card. Okay, here's another card front, and this is kind of fun. So this makes use of some of the digital die cuts that coordinate with the set that I'm going to show you next. It uses the embellishments that are in the set. It uses the background pattern papers that are also a part of the set to create a really neat card front. You could also just, this could be a card front that you would attach to a card like this, or you could just make this the whole card and send it as is. So I also wanted to share, here's what some of the little note cards look like when they're cut. I really like these. These are great in my planner. They're also great for the little lunch notes that I write my teenage kids every day in their lunches still, even though they're teenagers. I still do it. So this is kind of fun. This could be a great embellishment in your scrapbooks. It's a really great thing because all of the elements are, all of my design elements are already pre-done for you. So it makes it super simple for you to just cut it out and use it. Okay. I already shared a little bit like how I use those sentiments. There's enough space around the printout for you to get a a punch in there or a die in there to really cut those pieces out using your other paper crafting supplies. Okay, now I'm going to bring in the die cuts and kind of show you what the companion digital die cut set looks like. And I've been coloring these pieces. So there are 3 sentiments in the digital die cuts. Hello, you enjoy. And I have just printed these out on some watercolor paper. I personally use the Silhouette Cameo. You can use any kind of digital die cut machine that will take an SVG file to do the cuts. So in the download, I've supplied an SVG, a PNG, and a PDF file to make those cuts. And you can resize them to any size that you want. All of these die cuts are up on one sheet in the SVG file, so you get all of these die cuts as part of it. And what I really love about dies and die cuts is that you can print them out, you know, get them cut in the white paper or white, any kind of paper to match your project. But because I'm a watercolor artist, I love to be able to just cut these out on watercolor paper and use my watercolors or my inks and things to just kind of dye them up. And these are, all of these die cut embellishments were illustrated by me. So the you, the joy, and the hello are also my hand lettering. And these are just some really fun elements to add as embellishments to the card. So I hope that this is a good explanation of what's available to you in the download. And if you have any questions at all, please feel free to email me at lisa@indigojcreative.com. And thanks so much for watching.